This video I'm going to discuss about is proteins from the chapter Biomolecules. Yes, what are proteins? Proteins actually are, see, there are four important types of biomolecules as we have read, that is carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids and lipids. Out of all these biomolecules, that is four types: carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids and lipids. Proteins are the most abundant biomolecules which is found in the living system. Right. So what is the source of these proteins for the human beings? Actually, we find these proteins in milk, cheese, pulses, peanuts, fish and meat, and they form the major part of our body. That is they are the major building blocks of our body that is present in every part of the body, and they are essential for the growth and the maintenance of the body. Without it, there is no growth which is possible without the help of the proteins. Actually, the word protein is derived from the Greek word proteos, which means the primary importance, prime. So in the word, it said that proteins, that means proteos, the word itself means it is of primary importance. That is, how important is this to our body for the growth and the maintenance of the body, and it is present in every part of the body. So what are the structural units of these proteins? Actually, the proteins are made up of these alpha amino acids, which is a monomer. The smallest unit which is present in these proteins is the amino acids. Right. So let's read about these amino acids. Actually, what are these amino acids? Amino acids. So it is an organic compound which is containing, general molecular formula. I'll write this as R, two functional groups. What are those two functional groups? Amino group and carboxylic acid group. These are the two functional groups which is present in the amino acid, and hence the name amino acid. This is the amino group and this is a carboxylic acid. So since it contains two functional groups, hence the name is amino acids. Right. In addition to these functional groups, there can be other functional groups also, but these two are the must for these amino acids. Right. So the amino acids can be classified as alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. And how this classification based on? This classification is based on the relative position of this amino group. Yes, see, the carbon to which this COH is attached is the alpha carbon. The next carbon will be beta carbon. So if the amino group is present at this alpha carbon, then they are called as alpha amino acids. So based on the relative position of this amino and the with respect to the carboxyl acid group, they are classified as alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. Right. If this amino group is placed at the beta position with respect to COH, then they are called as beta amino acids. Gamma position, gamma, delta position, delta, and so on. But what we are interested now here is only alpha amino acids, because these proteins are made up of only alpha amino acids. That means on the hydrolysis of these proteins, we get only alpha amino acids and not beta or gamma or delta. So what we are interested right now is only the studying this alpha amino acids, because the hydrolysis of these proteins will give you only alpha amino acids. Yes. Here, these are named depending upon the source or the property of the compound. So for example, if I take glycine, the very first amino acids out of the 20 essential amino acids, the 20 amino acids which are naturally occurring, the first one is the glycine, where in glycine, we can see that the name here is derived from the Greek word glykos, which means sweet, because this is sweet in taste. That is why the name glycine is. So depending upon the property, we are naming it as glycine. Or next one is tyrosine. What does this tyrosine mean? It's derived from the source from which is it derived from. See, the name in Greek word tyros means cheese. So it first obtained from cheese, so we are calling it as tyrosine. So depending upon the source or the property, we are naming them. Property means, for example, the glycine, it is sweet in taste. So the Greek word for Sweet is glycose, hence glycine. And the tyrosine, it is first obtained from cheese. The Greek word for cheese is tyros, right? So this alpha amino acids are generally represented by 3-letter word or a single letter word can also be used. So the general formula I wrote here is NH2 COH. Right. So depending upon this R, if R is H here, then we are calling it as glycine. So 3-letter word is GLY and the single letter word will be G. For example, in alanine, if this H is, this R is CH3, we are calling it as alanine, that is ALA and A. If this R is CH3 taken twice, then it is valent and single word is VAL or represented by V also. If this R is CH3 taken twice, CH2, then we call is leucine and single word is L for this. So we can represent by 3-letter word or 1-letter word, and there are other amino acids also which we can name in the same. Let's look at the classification of these amino acids. Amino acids can be classified. Two types of classification we can find it here. See, depending upon the number of amino and carboxyl groups, they can be classified as acidic, basic, or neutral. See, this is actually the general formula of amino acid. See, so this amino group is responsible for the basic character, we all know, and this name itself is carboxylic acid, right? So depending upon this COH group is responsible for the acidity of the compound. If there are more number of COH groups than amino groups, then it is acidic in nature. If there are more number of basic groups, that is NH2 groups, than COH group, then it is basic in nature. What is neutral? Simple. If there are equal number of NH2 and COH group, then it is neutral in nature. So depending upon the number of the COH and NH2 groups, we are classifying them as either acidic, basic, or neutral. And second type of classification, essential amino acids or non-essential amino acids. Non-essential amino acids are those which can be synthesized in the body, that is required for the body. So that is why they are non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are those which cannot be synthesized in our body, so they should be taken in our regular diet. So it doesn't mean that essential and non-essential amino acids that are required or that are essential for our body or not. It is classified based on whether synthesized or not synthesized in our body. Yes, non-essential amino acids are synthesized in our body, so they cannot be they need not be taken from outside. But essential amino acids are those which are not synthesized in our body, so should be supplemented in our diet. So, what are the properties of these amino acids? Right. So, amino acids, as I said, they are amino and acid groups which are present in the same molecule. So, they are colorless and crystalline solids. Right. And yes, they're water soluble, definitely water soluble and high melting solids. As a colorless, they're crystalline solids, they're water soluble and they have high melting points and behave like salts. Why behave like salts? Because as I said this, their amino group and the acid group are present in the same molecule. So rather than behaving as a simple amines or the simple carboxylic acids, they behave as salts because amino and the carboxyl groups are present in the same molecule. Right. So both acidic and the basic groups are present in the same molecule. That is why they are behaving as salts here. Right, so in aqueous solutions, this is an aqueous solution. What is happening in aqueous solution is, in aqueous solutions, here the carboxyl group loses a proton and this amino group accesses a proton, this one. What is happening? The carboxyl group is giving away this proton and the amino group, which is basic in nature, will accept a proton. So this results in the formation of this bitter ion. So this is a zwitterion formation, which we can see here. So results in the formation of a zwitterion. So what is this zwitterion here? It's a dipolar ion basically, because it has both the positive and the negative charges on the same molecule. And this is neutral, even though it has a positive and negative charges in the same molecule, is neutral, because here we can find one positive and one negative charge here. And this is amphoteric in nature, because it can react with both acids and bases. Since it can accept a proton or give away protons, so it is reacting with both acids and bases, so it is amphoteric in nature. This zwitterion, right? See, here, yes, what is this glycine? See, if yes, if R is H here, we can calling it as glycine. See, so except the glycine, all other amino acids here are optically active. What does it mean? See, optical, for the molecule to be optically active, there should be a presence of asymmetric carbon. If I write the structure of alanine here, this is alanine and this is glycine. So R will be CH3 in this. So this is H, COOH and NH2. Right? This is alanine, where we find the asymmetric carbon. That asymmetric carbon is a carbon which has the 4 different groups which are attached to it. So all the groups which are attached to it are different. So we're calling it as asymmetric carbon. So the presence of this asymmetric carbon is necessary for the molecule to be asymmetric. So except glycine, we can see here, so H, if R is H here, so H and H, both groups are same. This is not a symmetric carbon, but in alanine onwards, we can see the asymmetric carbon. So all of them are optically active. Right. So they are, if you see the configuration of this, naturally occurring amino acids, most of them are L configuration. L configuration can be shown if NH2 is present on the left hand side. How can you represent this? L amino acids is NH2 on the left. So this is H, sorry. So we are representing this NH2 on the left hand side for showing the configuration of this. So in the left hand side, we are showing this NH2. So all naturally occurring amino acids are L amino acids, and this is represented by showing the NH2 on the left hand side. So this is about the introduction of the proteins. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. The whole chapter of this biomolecules has been discussed on my YouTube channel, and the link of it is given in the description box below.